Thank you for joining us. If you are seeing me live, please join us. Lemon, thank you for joining. I want to show us some of the spiritual items which I'm very sure you are all aware of. I'm here on my altar table. This is where I pray. Whenever I want to pray, this is where my altar table is. And on this altar table, you will see so many sacramentals. You will see some of my spiritual products. You will see some of the spiritual items that I use whenever I want to perform any spiritual exercise. Mama G, thank you. Chinedu, you're welcome. Roge, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Please power tap and share. Share so that we'll have a lot of. I want us to see the spiritual items whenever we talk about spiritual items. So many people are not aware of the spiritual items that we use. It is not all about goat and chicken. They are not the only things we use whenever we perform spiritual exercise. The things I have here are things that people are supposed to have in their different homes. We're not talking about live animals now. Live animals are when it comes to sacrifice unto God. Then we talk about live animals. But today I want to show you a few of the spiritual items. The ones I have here on my altar table. Nemeka, thank you, darling. You are welcome. Mr. Courage, you are welcome. Rosemary, thank you. You're welcome. Zach, thank you. You're welcome. So let's start. I think I have enough people. So let's start. If you want to perform a spiritual exercise, you are going to need spiritual items. Spiritual items as the ones that I have here. A lot of people do question why we use spiritual items whenever we perform spiritual exercise, and some people will tell you that it is not in the Bible. Some people will tell you that you only pray, you just pray. But even that Bible talked about the story of Jesus. Remember, Jesus is the Son of God. He's equally God, God the Son. But the story of Jesus that healed a blind man, a man who was blind from birth. Remember that because Jesus is God, Jesus can just say, receive your sight. And that sight will be restored without wasting any time. But Jesus didn't tell that man, receive your sight. Jesus had to take sand from the ground, spat on that sand. With his fingers, he mixed the saliva and the sand together and applied it on the man's eyes and asked them to take the man to the stream so that he will wash his face. And immediately the man washed his face, he started seeing. Why did Jesus perform that exercise? Why did he choose to use sand and saliva to make the blind man to see? Why didn't Jesus just say, receive your sight? Why didn't Jesus cast out that spirit of blindness in that man through prayer? Why didn't he do it? Why did he choose to go practical? Jesus went practical because he wanted to show everybody that there is power in what God has created. Jesus is God, God the Son. And as far as this world is concerned, There is power in everything that God has created, in everything so far that God has created. They all have a little power, they have a little power from God's power. He deposited his powers into them. And you will only get to know this when your spiritual eyes is open. You will only get to know this. This is not something you need to go and start learning. I know people do learn about this, just like so many people will learn today on how to use spiritual items in order to solve their problems. I know people do visit spiritualists and native doctors and, to learn work from them. When they have gotten enough knowledge on how to use all these items, they can now stay on their own and start solving people's problems. But those of us who didn't go anywhere to learn, we just started receiving these messages just like that. I didn't just, actually, I don't even know what these spiritual items, I know I do see them. Yes, because they are things that God created for us. I do see them always, but I don't know what they are meant for until I started getting messages. As time goes on, a message will come. You have to use this to do this. When you use this, you do this. This is the results you will get. And whenever I get such messages, I will put it into practice immediately to see if I will get that result. Those of us who are joining us now, please, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate. Join. Please power tap and share so that a lot of people will join us tonight, because I'm going to spend only 30 minutes. I'm going to spend only 30 minutes tonight because I have a lot to do. Tonight, I want to fortify some of my spiritual products. I want to fortify them, and I need enough time to fortify them, so I'm not going to waste time today. I'm going to spend only 30 minutes to show us the spiritual items that we need to have. There are things that if you have the knowledge to do it, you do it and solve your problem without visiting any spiritualist, without visiting any native doctor. So let me go straight to the point without wasting much of our time. This is one of the spiritual items that I have. What is this? This is cloves powder. I love that. It's so minty. It's just like ginger. It smells like ginger. I love it so much. This thing, from what I learned, I think from people that prepares Zobo drink. So many people say that you use this, what do you call it? This cloves powder, that you use it in preparing Zobo drink. You can equally use it in your spiritual exercise. Majority of the things that we eat, majority of the things that we take, which God has created, can equally be used to perform spiritual exercises. Now, how do you use these cloves to perform a spiritual exercise? I'm going to show you how to use this. One of the items that I don't have here is leaves. Every leaf created by God can be eaten, can be used in performing spiritual exercise. So this is cloves powder. If you have cloves powder, beautiful. If you don't have cloves powder, get clove seed. I don't have clove seed here. You get clove seed. Clove seed is just like a tiny dry trees, just a little like branches of trees or branches of flowers that were broken into pieces. That is how clove seed is. It's affordable at the market, just like this one equally. Now, what do you use this to do? We use this to turn someone's spirit from a violent spirit, that is, let me not use the word violent, that's from a wicked and a stubborn spirit into a gentle and a calm spirit. because the spiritual controls the physical. So how do you use this? What you are going to do is you get someone's picture. I'm going to show you guys my husband and myself, the picture. This is our picture. This is always on my altar table. Whenever I pray for myself and my husband so that God will keep on binding us together, because marriage is not an easy journey. If you think that you are married and that your husband belongs to you alone, you are a liar. There are a lot of people, a lot of forces that will be fighting you, fighting both of you, fighting your union, okay, trying to separate you together. If you are married, you know what I'm talking about. It is not something new. It's an everyday occurrence. So for me not to start having headache over rubbish, I placed our picture on my altar table. Whenever I pray, the prayer goes to the two of us. The prayer goes to the two of us. So this, just get a picture like this. Whoever you want to subdue, his spirit or her spirit, get that person's picture. But let me tell you, in performing this spiritual exercise, make sure you don't have any bad intention. See, all spiritual exercises are never for bad intentions. The moment you try to use it for bad intentions, it always backfires. And when I mean backfiring, it doesn't take time. That negative result you want to happen to somebody else will happen to you. Now, how will you save yourself? How will you save yourself? That is why if you are called by God, the moment you deviate from what God is teaching you, you start having problems. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a picture like this. That person that you want to subdue, his spirit or her spirit, assuming the person is your child, a child that doesn't listen, that doesn't care about what you're saying or whatever, or your spouse who doesn't care about you, or whoever, but you want peace, you want love, you want unity from that person. All you have to do is you get that person's picture. When you get the person's picture, you turn the back of the picture. I didn't write anything here because it is not for that spiritual exercise. I just want the power of God, the grace of God to be showering upon the two of us. So this picture is not for any spiritual exercise. So what you're going to do is you get that person's picture, turn the back of that picture like this, and you write whatever you want. Whatever you want God to do for you on that person, you write it here. After writing all these things, you are going to light a candle. You just get a candle. Just light that candle. Stick it anywhere. Maybe on the floor or on the table where you are praying, wherever. Light that candle, stick it. The next thing you have to do is you are going to get a plain sheet of paper. When you get that plain sheet of paper, you get this cloves powder. Either the cloves powder or the clove seed. Remember, get the cloves powder or the clove seed. And you will add either half a spoon of that cloves powder into that plain sheet of paper, half a spoon, or you get a little quantity of that clove seed, put it inside that paper. The next thing that you will add inside that paper will be scent leaf. I forgot to get the scent leaf. And you get scent leaf and dry that leaf. Make sure it's dry. When it's dry, you crush it into pieces. Crush it so that it will be in form of this cloves powder. When you crush it, you add it alongside that cloves powder inside that paper. And you wrap that paper just like, little children that whenever they want to play you, pretending like you are smoking a cigarette, you wrap it in that manner. After wrapping it, the next thing you are supposed to do is to pray over that picture. Those requests, all those things that you have written down, you start praying over them. telling God about the person, telling God how you want him to change the person. This prayer is something you are supposed to do by 12 midnight. The reason why we prefer doing all these things in the night is because that is the time that the devil and his agents are always awake to attack us. So you have to be awake to fight back. You have to be awake to fight back. So by 12 midnight, you start your prayers. You get the picture that you have already written the request on. You pray over the picture. You get that plain sheet of paper in which you have put the cloves powder or clove seed together with a crushed scent leaf. You wrap it up. Now what you have to do is you find a scissors. With that scissors, you clip that wrapped clove seed. You clip it on one end. Put it on fire. As it's burning, you are going to place this picture. Look at this picture now. You are seeing both of us here. You are going to turn this picture like this. And then you start burning that wrapped clove seed and scent leaf. You start burning it and allow the smoke from that to be touching the picture. Let the smoke from that burnt scent leaf and cloves powder or clove seed be touching the picture. While that smoke is touching the picture, you start saying what you want, how you want that person to be. This is not magical. This is not magic at all. And this is not evil spell. I don't know how casting a spell is. I don't know. But I'm telling you how you can use nature to change the character of a negative person into a positive character. That is what it's all about. Changing a negative character in someone into a positive character. Allow the smoke from that wrapped scent leaf and cloves to be touching the picture while you are praying. After that prayer, you drop the picture, that smoke, the burnt ashes from the scent leaf and the cloves powder, because you need to get another plate, an empty plate, where you'll be dropping the ashes. Now, after burning the whole wrapped paper, those ashes, you will take it out by that 12 midnight outside. And you say your last prayer over the ashes and throw it in the air. Just blow it, let it fly in the air. And then you come inside. It works like magic. For people who will think that you want to cage your husband by business, you cannot cage that man. I want you to try it and see if it will cage your husband for you. It will never do that because it is not an evil practice. It's not meant to cage anybody. We are not caging anybody. It is changing an ugly character, a negative character, into a positive character. When you practice this, you will see how it will. Let me tell you how it works. Because it's not magic, so it doesn't work like magic. As time goes on, keep on monitoring that person. If you want to repeat this like twice in a month, you do it. Because I prefer doing it twice in a month. So you choose the day you want to do it. Now you start monitoring the person. Assuming it's someone you are living with, you start monitoring the person. Whenever that evil character in the person rises up, the person will want to challenge you or will want to, behave that abnormally. If that character rises up in that person, before you know it, the character will just go down immediately. It will just drop immediately. To tell you that such things are sometimes being controlled by demons who just want to make you unhappy. Not really that they are tormenting that person, no, but they are trying to make you unhappy, to make life miserable for you. Start monitoring the person, you will see changes. And as you keep on doing it, before you know it, the person will change completely. Completely. Now, make sure that wherever you drop the picture, that nobody touches that picture. I just remember that now. make sure that nobody touches that picture. If you have an altar table, like this is my altar table, I have grown-up children. None of them will never, ever come to one thing. They will not do that. If they will, they can come here and pray, no problem. But they cannot pick anything unless I ask them to go to my altar table and get this. And then they will get that. So wherever you keep the picture, make sure nobody touches it. It is better for you to keep it somewhere safe if you have little children, or if you have these friends that doesn't know their limits, that crosses boundary, that can make use of your things anyhow, touch your belongings anyhow. Keep that picture safe. Whenever you want to say that prayer again, bring out that picture and repeat the same process. So I'm going to show you another spiritual item, which I'm sure you are all aware of. This is alligator pepper. This one is already open because I use it daily. Not daily really, but I use it frequently. This is alligator pepper. Alligator pepper is a cleanser. It's a cleanser. If I'm to perform a spiritual exercise on you, after performing that spiritual exercise on you, I will count out 7 seeds and give to you. And with that 7 seeds, you will cleanse your body from head to toe, down to the soles of your feet. After cleansing your body with that alligator pepper, you will throw it away. The reason why we use alligator pepper to cleanse our body after spiritual exercise is because when you are praying and declaring what you want while using that alligator pepper, the alligator pepper will be absorbing every negative energy from your body. Every negative energy from your body. Also, whenever we are performing spiritual exercises, if you are spiritually awake, if you have this spiritual gift, whenever we want to start performing spiritual exercises, you will feel the presence of both the negative spirits and the positive spirits. The positive spirits are the angels, the guardian angels. They are there to help you out, to make sure that whatever you are doing is going perfectly well. The negative spirits are equally there to scatter whatever you are doing, to stop it, to fight you, or to fight whoever that you are performing that spiritual exercise on. And so that is why we always make use of this alligator pepper. I will give you that alligator pepper for you to use your body. I myself, I will equally use it to cleanse my body. But whereby, assuming I don't want to use alligator pepper in performing spiritual exercise, as a Catholic, I make use of my rosary. I have said this before. If I want to perform a spiritual exercise on you, and I don't feel like using alligator pepper to cleanse my body after, what I do is just to put on this rosary like this. That's it. It shields me from every negative spirit. It chases them away. And whenever I don't wear it in performing spiritual exercise, after that exercise, I sure must fall sick. I will fall sick. So that is why I try not to forget wearing it whenever I'm performing it. And even if I forget, I try not to forget to use this alligator pepper to cleanse my body. And then, I would prefer you having this in your bag, anywhere. If you're a woman, you can put this inside your handbag. If you're a man, if you are wearing all these crossing bags, just put this inside your crossing bag. It's very necessary. Very, very necessary. Once in a while, you can dip your hand inside your bag. Just bring out a little, put it inside your mouth and chew it. You must not swallow it. Maybe after chewing it, you spit it out. You must not swallow it. If you feel like swallowing it, no problem. The reason why we put it inside our bags is because you don't really know where you will find yourself, how the environment is, how spiritually clean the environment is. If the environment is not clean spiritually, but you have your alligator pepper in your bag with you, you don't have much problem. All you need to do is just dip your hands, get out some seeds, speak to that seed, speak to that alligator pepper. Say whatever you want. Okay? After saying whatever you want, you swing it on your head 7 times. And then you throw it away. You will not have any problem. This is a very powerful item. A very powerful item in performing spiritual exercises. So I will advise you to get it if you can get it. It is always in my bag. I don't forget it. Now, another item that I have here, which I want to show us is, I'm sure Catholics will be aware of it. You all know this. This is incense, the stick one. This is equally incense, the seed. This is that the one that will give you that fragrance you see in the church. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, the seed. Whenever I want to perform any spiritual exercise, or whenever I want to pray, not just all about performing spiritual exercise, I'll first of all light this incense. If you're a Catholic, you know the reason why we light incense. Mainly to chase away every negative spirit around. Yes, as the smoke rises, it chases away the negative spirit. The negative spirit cannot stand the sight and the fragrance of incense. It chases them away. It drives them away. If I have any spiritual exercise which I know that is very strong, an exercise that can give me a negative feeling after, I'll first of all light an incense, and I will take that incense round my house, both in and out. If I'm doing that spiritual exercise outside, I will take the incense outside, and I will leave it there. As the smoke is rising, I am performing the exercise that I want to perform, to drive away every negative spirit and to welcome the positive ones, to welcome the angels, to usher them in. So it is good that you have this incense in your home. Another reason why we have all this incense in our home is not just for spiritual exercises. For those who are living in haunted houses, you need to have an incense. Not just one, not just two. Buy it in large number. Because it still the same thing. Drives away demons, drives away negative spirits. It drives them away. If you are living in a haunted house, or maybe you don't even need to see the ghost for you to know that you are living in a haunted house. But if you have been having weird feelings about the house that you are living in, if you have been experiencing abnormalities in the house that you are living in, this is going to be a different topic on another day. But if you are living in a haunted house, try and get incense. Make sure you light that incense every night, because all these negative spirits always attack at night. By morning, they hardly do anything by morning, because by morning we humans, we take over, and they don't want to come in contact with human beings. So by morning, afternoon, they are nowhere. You will not see them anywhere. They will not act. But then night is just like their own morning. By night, they will come out to act. So in order for you to stop that behavior, that feeling or whatever, make sure you have incense. Light incense. Incense is not expensive. It is very cheap, highly affordable. You light incense. I'm going to show you another type of incense, not just this one, because for you to have this stick one and the seed one, you must have an incense container. Let me show you the incense container. This is my incense container. For you to have the stick and the seed, you must have an incense container. Yes, you must have an incense container. When you light it, as the fire is going up, you cover this. Once you cover it, the fire will go off, and then the smoke will start rising up. As you are swinging it, the smoke will be oozing out. Okay? So in case you can't get an incense container, I will want you to get this incense. It is equally affordable, the long stick one. This one. All you need to do is to just put fire on it. After that, fire will go off, and then the smoke will keep on rising. The smoke will keep on rising until this stick finishes. It is highly affordable. You can find it in any spiritual shops. If you are a Catholic, if you go into the Catholic bookshops, that's in cathedrals, you will find this incense there. You will equally find the other one there. You buy it. But remember that the other one needs an incense container, which is also affordable. You buy it. So choose the one that you need to buy. If you want to perform a spiritual exercise in order to drive away demons so that they will not attack you, you use your incense. If you are living in a haunted house and you've been experiencing weird feelings in that house, which drags you behind, use incense, if not every day. Make sure you light incense on a daily basis. It drives them away. So I'm going to show us another item which we use whenever we are performing any spiritual exercise. I know everybody knows about this candle. I've come across a video where someone says that making use of candle to pray is evil. I don't know about that. And what's evil in making use of candle to pray? How? How? A candle that you will light and it will give you light in the darkness. It will give you light in the darkness to usher in the light of God. And someone says that pray, that when you light a candle to pray, that you are practicing evil. I'm yet to understand that. Where are we getting all this? That you are practicing evil. That means generations past who has been using this candle, they all practice evil. I don't know about that. Whatever anybody wants to believe, we go ahead and believe it. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, fine. But I'm telling you that I cannot pray without lighting a candle. No. The moment I light a candle, I will feel the presence of the Holy Spirit. I'm being honest with you now. I'm being honest with you. There was a time when my candle finished. I didn't remember that I used the last candle to pray. And then I came to pray at night and there was no candle. And I started praying like that. To be honest, I know that God is always present whenever we pray, but I didn't feel that presence. I didn't feel it. I sang praises, I shouted, I prayed, I did that, but my spirit was down. My spirit, it was just like a child's play to me, like I was just joking, I was just fooling myself. So by morning, I had to go out to buy a packet of candle. And the next time I wanted to pray, the moment I put on that light, it looks as if the presence of God just arrived. So I don't forget praying without lighting my candle. To me, it ushers in the presence of God. To me, it ushers in the Holy Spirit of God. Okay? So it all depends on you if you feel like using it or not. Now, another thing that I want to show us is whenever I am performing any spiritual exercise, when it comes to cleansing, is this. You may not know what this is. You will know it if I mention the name. But this is hot drink. This is hot drink. The local drink, the local dry gin, not the foreign dry gin. No, the local one. In Igbo language, we call it kai kai. I make use of this. Someone will ask me, how do you know about this? I know the elders use this in pouring libation. But how do I get to know about how to use it to perform a spiritual exercise, to drive away any whatever that is posing as a hindrance on my way of progress? It came as a message to me. It came as a message. I've made a video about this. And how do you use it? You're going to use this for 3 days, highest 7 days. And every morning, because this is something you have to be doing in the morning, not at night. Every morning, whenever I fill my bucket of water to bathe, I will get a shot, that small glass, which the elders use in taking this hot drink. I don't have the glass here. You get that glass and pour this hot drink into that glass, half of it. You add it into your bathing water. You stir that water. You pray. This is for cleansing, like I say. But while you are bathing, it is driving away every negative spirit that has blocked your way of progress. Any spirit that has been dragging you back, preventing you from moving forward, it removes them. It chases them away. Okay? So I don't allow this to, even if it's finished, I will still get another one. It's highly needed. It's very important. I told us there's a spiritual exercise which I told us to practice on how you can get your, assuming someone is owing you and doesn't want to pay you and you want the person to pay you, what you can do so that the person will pay you. I told us to get a white chalk. You are going to draw that white chalk on the floor. You are going to draw a circle with the white chalk. If you don't have the white chalk, you get salt. Use the salt to create a circle on the floor. Now, this is the chalk that I mean. Not the chalk you used to write on the board. This is the chalk I'm talking about. But whereby you didn't see this, you can get that one. But this is the chalk I'm talking about. Local chalk. Local chalk. This is the one I mean. You get this one. Use it to draw the circle on the floor. Not just that spiritual exercises. If I am to perform a spiritual exercise on you, as a young lady who wishes to get married, but you are not getting any proposal, if I'm to perform a spiritual exercise on you to clear your path, because whatever we are doing is to make you to be outstanding, to make you to shine out, so that you'll be noticeable, because you might be covered. You might be wearing a mask without knowing it. So for you to come out, this is one of the things I'm going to use on you, because I'm going to apply it on your body after praying. I'm going to apply it on your body. This is equally a teaching that I got from my guardian angel. So this chalk is the chalk that I'm talking about. This is the chalk. In Igbo language, we call it Nzu. But I have to call it chalk because it is just like chalk. When you use it to write, you see whatever you are writing. So this is very necessary for me. Then another item that I want to show us, which is equally very necessary, you need to have it. This is black stone. Catholics, you all know what black stone is. And you find this black stone in any Catholic church. I don't know if it's in any spiritual shop. I don't know about that, but you find this in any Catholic church. And what is this performing? The work is just like a magic. This black stone is just like a magic. If you are having a knee pain, arthritis, or rheumatism, of course, you know this is a natural sickness. It's not spiritual. It's a natural sickness. What you need to do is you get this black stone. Wash that affected part of your body. That's your knee. You wash it thoroughly. You rinse this. Rinse it with a clean water. And then you get a razor blade, a brand new razor blade. Please, don't make use of the one that has already been used by someone else. Get a brand new razor blade. Make a little cut on your knee. A little cut, but let there be just a little drop of blood coming out from that cut. Once you see that blood, use this black stone. Just use it, place it on that your knee, wherever you have that cut. Place this black stone on your knee, and it's going to magnet. And how do you know the original black stone from the fake black stone? The original black stone, when you get it, you place it on your tongue. If it sticks to your tongue, it's original. Can you see it? It's original. But the fake one will not stick to your tongue. If you stick it to your tongue, it will fall off. But the original, no matter how long you have used it, anytime you get it, place it on your tongue. It will stick. That is how you get to know the original and the fake one. Now, what else can this black stone do for us? You can use this black stone to purify your drinking water. Yes. This is I call it a water purifier. That's what I call it. Get that your bottled water. Get this black stone. Put it inside your bottled water. When you drop it inside your bottled water, look at it. You will notice bubbles coming up. The moment you see those bubbles coming up, it is purifying your water. Yeah, it's purifying your water. Now, you can use this black stone for as many times as possible. There is nothing like this getting contaminated. It doesn't get contaminated. But if you feel like you want to wash it because you've used it a long time, all you need to do is put it inside a clean water. After rinsing it, you get milk, liquid milk. Pour that liquid milk inside a cup or inside a plate and drop this black stone inside it. After some time, bring it out, rinse it again and dry it. And it's ready to be used. Again, I have the black stone seed, grinded one. This is the stone itself. And I have the already grinded one, which is here. This is the already grinded one. It performs the same thing as the stone. Now, what do I use this for? I use this whenever I'm making my spiritual black soap. I use this black stone as one of the ingredients in making my spiritual black soap. What I do is just to add it into a water and allow it to remain there. And after some time, I will sieve it. Then I'll throw away the tiny ones, that it will scratch on your skin when you are using the soap. I'll throw them away, and then I will use that black water whenever I am preparing my spiritual black soap. Another thing I want to show us, which is equally necessary, is charcoal. I don't have the stone itself, but I have the grinded charcoal. It's here. Do you know what you use charcoal for in performing spiritual exercises? We use charcoal in so many different ways. I don't want to teach us much about charcoal because a lot of people will use it negatively. I don't want to go deeper into charcoal because if I teach us everything about charcoal, a lot of people will use it negatively. So I'm going to stop here. But charcoal is part of the ingredients I equally use whenever I am producing my spiritual black soap. I'm going to show you one of my spiritual black stone. It is here on my altar table. Here is black soap. I do sell to say anything about that black soap here because I know I tried to talk about this black soap, but I was warned by TikTok not to mention anything about products, what you're selling and all that. No, so I'm not going to talk about it, but this is that black soap that I'm talking about. Okay, I do sell it. So charcoal is one of the ingredients I use in making my black soap, and charcoal performs a lot spiritually in our lives, especially if you are having issues in your marriage. That is why I said that I don't want to go deeper into that so that people will not use it negatively. It is better to allow the spiritualist who knows how to use it, either for you or for somebody else. But teaching it is kind of causing problems. I'm not going to teach that. Now, what else? What other products have I not shown us? Okay. I want to show you guys another spiritual product which I use when I am producing my spiritual black soap, and this is it. This is St. Michael's perfume. This is one of the ingredients that I use in producing my spiritual black soap. It will be added into that black soap. Now, it is not just all about producing my spiritual black soap. If you can get this incense, sorry, not incense, what do you call it? Perfume. This is equally a spiritual product. is equally a spiritual product. Whenever you are bathing, that is like when we enter into a new month, you want to perform a spiritual exercise to get yourself ready for the new month. I will advise you to use this perfume, not spraying it on your body. You may not like the fragrance because it smells somehow, I really don't like that fragrance, but all you need to do is add it into your bathing water. Just a drop of this into your bathing water. Do it for 7 days. Do it for 7 days. And you are going to see. What this perfume does is equally the same thing as what incense does to chase away every negative thing. This perfume chases away, it takes away negative aura, because negative aura is just like a fragrance, which I've told us before. It's a fragrance, but a negative fragrance. And this perfume removes that negative fragrance and turn yours into a positive fragrance. So this is one of the items I use whenever I'm performing any spiritual exercise or producing my spiritual soup. So I think I've even passed my time. I said that I'm going to stop after 30 minutes and this is now 40 minutes. So these are the few items that I want to let us know, the few spiritual items that I want to let us know. I'm going to give us a little time, like 10 minutes. If you have any question, if you want to ask me any question, please go ahead. Go ahead. Please, I don't want people who will ask to join me live and they are not well coordinated. Someone will ask to join live and will be blasting music, drinking, dancing. Please, if you do that, I'm going to block you. If you do that, I'm going to block you, please. Here we are talking about spiritual issues to help us. Here is not a party ground. If you are looking for a party ground, please find other channels, okay, that has to do with that party. We are talking about spirituality here. So if you want to join us live, you can now go ahead and request for it. And if you want to ask any questions, I have 10 minutes for you guys to ask me that question before I go off. So the floor is now open. If you want to ask me any question, please go ahead and do so. There's equally something else which I didn't show us, which is also necessary. If you are a spiritualist, you will know about this. If you are a spiritualist, there are times when we perform some spiritual exercises that requires that you need to join something together. You need to join two things together. You don't use anything anyhow. If it's something that has to do with love, that you perform the spiritual exercise in order for for love to come in or whatever. Assuming there is no love between my husband and I perform the spiritual exercise in order to join us together, I'm going to make use of this rope, a red rope. Red rope is strictly for love. It's for love. After performing that spiritual exercise, what I will do is to tie it. Tie the picture or tie whatever that I'm going to use. And when you are joining two things together that requires that you tie them together, if that thing doesn't belong to you and you decide to do it by force, because I know a lot of people do it by force, by fire, by force, it must belong to me. If that thing doesn't belong to you, if the person doesn't belong to you and you want to do it by force, so that the person will become yours by tying that thing, you will regret it. So if you want to do this by tying something together, make sure that what you are tying is yours. Please, don't take what doesn't belong to you and tie it. That's why I don't want to go into intense teaching about the tying of this thing. I don't want to teach much on that. A lot of people will misuse it. I just want to show you the items that I use whenever I'm performing any spiritual exercise. So if you have any question, you ask me before I go off, because my time is already running. My time is running. If you have any question, you ask. Okay, those who are joining us now, please, thank you so much for joining. I hope you learned something. Okay, somebody said I've requested. I didn't see your request, Dorcas. I didn't see it. Can you request again? Let me accept. I didn't see it. You are all welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you. My time is actually running. I am supposed to be getting ready in order to fortify my products. And in fortifying these products, especially these soaps that I've made, in fortifying them, some of these items that I just show you now are part of the things that I'm going to use, including prayers. They are part of the things that I will use. These items are needed whenever there is anything that you need to fortify. They are needed. So please, if you have any question, please ask, because I'm about leaving. I am about leaving. Any question? Any questions so far? I believe you all got this teaching. Dorcas, you said you've requested again. Oh my goodness. I really don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Okay? Okay, Dorcas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. You're welcome.
I was trying to get clarification on cloves. Were you saying cloves with in the first example that you gave us for the marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Were you saying
Okay,
ground cloves?
you want me to repeat it?
I didn't understand you.
You want me to repeat the teaching, or do you have any other question about
No, the
clothes? You didn't
the
get the teaching
scented
or what?
the name of the scented paper and I wanted to clarify that you were saying we use cloves. Cloves.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Mm-hmm.
that what's the name of the scented paper?
No, it's not scented paper. I said a plain white sheet of paper, just an ordinary paper.
Okay, it could be like cigar paper, cigarette paper.
Anyone, just get any paper that you know you can use to wrap something on it.
Okay, and then I'm gonna be traveling from the U.S. to Nigeria in October, and I was
Okay.
interested in like having a spiritual covering once I get there.
Because you need a spiritual covering for your trip.
For my journey once I get there.
All right. What I normally do for people is to pray for you using your name. So that,
Okay.
yes, you're requesting for you to have a journey message, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What I normally do for that one is to pray for you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, what you can do is just to drop your name in full, and that's what I'm going to do for you. Whenever I'm praying, I will lift you up
Okay.
in
All right.
prayer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, so I'm still waiting for more questions from people. Any other question coming out, please? Because I will have to leave very soon. I will have to leave. It's 30 minutes past 9 p.m. right now. I need to go into prayers to fortify my products. Please, if you have any question, please ask. If you don't have any question, I will have to close and maybe we'll see some other time. I really don't know when. Time is my problem. Time is actually my problem. I don't really have time to be coming up live every now and then. So do I close for the day? I think so. Yeah, because I don't have that time any longer. So I thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much. Please, I pray that the good Lord will bless each and every one of you and grant you your good heart desires. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. And whatever you are doing in life, please keep your hands clean, keep your hands straight. Do not soil your hands, okay? Do not attract negative energies to yourself.
Do not allow yourselves to be used by the evil spirit. The evil spirit is very powerful, in case you don't know this. They are very powerful, but they can only penetrate and make use of you when you give them that chance, when you allow them. They will not do it by force because they don't have that power to force you, but they can persist. They can disturb, but everything lies in your hands. Be careful in whatever you are doing. Do not give them that chance because once they come in, leaving is always difficult. Do not even allow them to come in the first place, okay? Keep your mind straight. Keep your hands clean. Focus on God in whatever you are doing. Please, do not try to use any spiritual exercises which you are performing for a negative reason. Never you try to do that because it will always backfire, okay? Whatever you are passing through in life, all you need to do is to table the matter before God and pray and ask God to direct you to the right path where you will solve your problems. Okay? May God bless you all in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I pray. Amen. Thank you all for joining me, and I'm going to see us next time. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. A wonderful night. God bless you all.
Bye.
Hello, hi.